Chapter 1. The quiet boy of Willow Creek. In the small village of Willow Creek, nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, lived a boy named Ethan. From his earliest days, Ethan was different. While the other children played noisily in the streets, laughing and shouting, Ethan sat under the old oak tree near his house, silently watching the clouds drift by. Words rarely left his mouth. When they did, they were quiet and thoughtful. His parents worried, his teachers despaired. The village healer even suggested charms to loosen the tongue. But Ethan remained silent, preferring the company of books, birds, and the wind that rustled the leaves. "Why won't you speak, Ethan?" his father asked one evening, frustrated. Ethan only smiled gently and looked at the stars. Unknown to all, Ethan was not silent out of fear or ignorance. His silence was a choice. He listened. To people, to nature, to his own heart. Chapter 2. The weight of mockery at the village school. Ethan's silence became his burden. Children teased him, calling him dumb Ethan and stone mouth. Even teachers, impatient with his quiet ways, dismissed him as slow or foolish. "Speak up, boy," bellowed Mr. Heron, the headmaster, when Ethan refused to recite in class. But Ethan remained still, his eyes calm and focused. His only friend was a stray dog he named Whisper. They spent long afternoons by the creek. Ethan spoke freely to Whisper, telling the dog his dreams and secrets. He dreamt of something more. He knew the world was bigger than Willow Creek. One day he would leave. One day his silence would mean something. Chapter 3. The storm of change. When Ethan was 16, a great storm struck Willow Creek. Torrential rains flooded the fields, winds tore roofs from homes, and the river rose with fury. Panic swept the village. People ran through the streets, shouting warnings, but confusion reigned. No one knew where to go or what to do. Ethan climbed the bell tower of the old chapel. With a firm hand, he rang the great iron bell, loud and clear, cutting through the storm's roar. His silent courage gave the villagers direction. People gathered at the chapel, the highest point in Willow Creek. Lives were saved that night because of Ethan's quiet strength. For the first time, the villagers looked at Ethan with new eyes. Chapter 4. The journey begins. News of Ethan's bravery spread beyond Willow Creek. A wandering scholar named Marcus came to meet the silent hero. "You have the gift of listening," Marcus told him. "A rare power. The world needs men who hear more than they speak. Come with me." Ethan hesitated, leaving his home, his family. Whisper. It was a hard choice. But something deep inside urged him forward. He kissed his mother goodbye, hugged his father, and whispered, "I'll return." Then he set out with Marcus into the unknown. Chapter 5. Lessons of the road. Marcus taught Ethan many things. Reading ancient texts, understanding human nature, the wisdom of history. They traveled through cities and deserts, over mountains and seas. In a distant kingdom, they met a king plagued by unrest. Advisors argued endlessly. No decisions were made. Marcus and Ethan were invited to court. While others spoke, Ethan listened. He saw the fear in the king's eyes, the greed in the minister's smiles, the doubt among the guards. One evening, when the court fell silent, Ethan stood. All eyes turned. He spoke quietly but firmly. "A kingdom divided by many voices needs one truth. Peace comes not from talk but from understanding." The court fell still. King realized the wisdom in Ethan's words. He dismissed the quarrelsome advisors and sought harmony. Chapter 6. The Mountain of Silence. Marcus brought Ethan to the Monastery of Silence, high in the gray mountains. Here, monks lived without speech, communicating through gesture and gaze. They believed silence revealed the soul. For months, Ethan joined their way. He learned patience, awareness, stillness. The silence deepened his strength. One day, a caravan of merchants arrived, begging for help. Bandits threatened to destroy their village. The monks refused to interfere. They had renounced worldly matters. But Ethan could not stand idle. "I will help you," he told the merchants. Armed with knowledge, not weapons, Ethan guided the villagers. He trained them to build defenses, to work together, to stand as one. When the bandits came, they found a village united not in fear, but in silent strength. The bandits fled without a fight. Word of Ethan's deeds spread far and wide. Chapter 7. The return to Willow Creek years passed. Ethan grew into a man of quiet power and wisdom. He returned to Willow Creek, a hero. The village had changed. Children played by the restored creek. New houses stood where ruin once was. His parents, older now, welcomed him with tears. "You have become great," his father said. "Your silence has made the world better." But Ethan shook his head. "I was never silent. I spoke in other ways." He opened a school in Willow Creek, not of words, but of listening. He taught the children to observe, to think, to understand before speaking. The village flourished. Disputes lessened. Wisdom grew. Chapter 8. The man of the world kings sought Ethan's counsel. Merchants traveled miles to learn from him. Warriors laid down swords to hear his teachings. Yet he remained simple, humble, living in a small house near the old oak tree. One day, a young boy came to him, quiet and thoughtful. "Why don't you speak more, Master Ethan?" the boy asked. Ethan smiled gently. "Because in silence we find the truth." The boy sat beside him, listening to the wind, the birds, the heartbeat of the earth. And so the legacy continued. Epilogue. The strength of silence. Ethan lived a long life. When he passed, people from distant lands came to Willow Creek to honor him. A stone was placed beneath the old oak tree. Here rests Ethan, the man who turned silence into strength. His words few, his wisdom infinite. But Ethan's greatest monument was not stone. It was the spirit of the village, the unity of the people, and the quiet courage that grew in every heart. For they had learned the lesson of the silent boy, that strength does not roar, sometimes it whispers. And the world listened. The end.